So, friends, we are heading to Uganda. Yes, I'm heading to Uganda, but let me tell you how that's gonna happen. Well, I'm super excited, but also I'm bringing Anthony with me. So, as you can see, I'm trying to get everything I can need in these bags, I think we allowed 2 bags, so Anthony gets to have 2, I get to have 2. So remember, we're also going for a wedding. So, there's a lot to take and a lot to bring for the different functions we are attending. But we're excited really to see the kids. So anyway, you guys, I work for World Vision. So I'm taking a church from Chicago, I think from another state as well, Seoul City. So they are going to visit the kids in Uganda. As you know, for World Vision, so they have a different way they do sponsorship. So basically is giving a child an opportunity to choose their own sponsor. So I'm traveling with pastors who are doing a chosen Sunday. So then we get to take the pictures of the American people, take them to Uganda so the kids can choose who they want to be their sponsor. Isn't that cool? Giving dignity to the kids. So I'm really excited, and I'm really excited above all. So anyway, getting things ready. So hang in with me. Not sure I'll get all ready, but hey, I'm doing all my best. Okay, let's see. Of course, I get to take my healthy stuff to eat, Little snacks, especially for Anthony. In case something goes wrong or he's, we got something, plan B. So, but this has to go. So I'm getting everything ready, and it's quite a journey. Whew. But before you travel as a single dad, as you know, it's not easy. You have to find ways on where your kids go. First of all, remember, I'm a foster parent and adopted dad. So where do my kids go? They have to go to different places. The kids have to go, so I have to pack for them, especially for Bella. She has to go to a respite, that's what we call them. Respites are people who help us when we travel for foster kids. And then my other one, they have to go to a babysitter. Or sometimes they stay at home, so they are here, but she comes and stays with them. So they, they're going to school, they just stay with the same kind of the things they're familiar with. So that's what I really get to do. But also I get to pack, Remember, I'm going home, so it's not like I can take one bag. I'm going to Uganda, I'm going to meet my family. So you can imagine things that I have to take. But I've told them also that I'm coming. So some are like, can you bring me lotion? Can you bring me shoes? Can you bring me what? That's a lot of things, But also too, there are things that I have that I've kept for so long that I usually put aside. Like maybe one day if I go to Uganda, I'll take them. So this is the time that I get to pack everything I can and use every space I have to take with me to Uganda. And make sure that Anthony too did all he needed to do. So it is a lot of work, but it's worth it. So I'm really excited, and I'm gonna journey with you so you can see why. So, as you know, when you have kids and you travel, they have to go somewhere. Okay, all right, so we got everyone's bag, right? Dog food and everyone ready? Okay, so here's Bella's bag. That's everyone's bag. Okay, all right, let's go. Let's go. So we're here to meet the family that is taking Bella, and then I'm gonna go take the others to the babysitter. It's quite something. So, where are you going? Huh?
Daddy, I tried to block them, but he hurt my arm. No.
It's okay. Oh, okay. No, we're staying right there. We're not coming out. No. Stay over there. Stay over there. So remember to be nice, okay?
Yeah.
Remember to be nice and be kind to one another. You want to see? Make sure to be nice. Rafiki, you too, okay?
Daddy, something.
No, what is it?
It's a Furby.
A what?
He said a Furby. Furby.
A Barbie?
Furby.
Pretty.
I stole one of my dog's shoes. Yeah, there's one of the dogs chewed it up.
Oh no.
And then I found it broken on the floor. It must have been that crazy.
He's trying to eat your sweater.
So you're getting on the plane, and then you realize there are a few things that you need. So you run to the store to get a few items. Or your brother says, hey, can you bring me something? And you're like, ugh. it's already too late. So, where am I right now? Marshall's, looking for something. If I can find it, I'll be lucky. Yeah, so some of you may ask, like, what? Why are you going to Chicago? Well, remember, I'm traveling with World Vision. And World Vision, they put up events where kids get to sponsor, where people get to sponsor so the kids can be chosen. You know, remember, before you'd go to the lobby and pick up a child to sponsor, but now World Vision changed the way they do it. Now it's about the child. The child is the one who chooses you. So this church, I'll be speaking, so their pictures can be taken, and we take those pictures to Uganda, and the kids get to choose them. So that's why I'm going to Chicago. That called place first before, going the wrong way in some way. And then from there, I'm leading that trip. I'm leading the group of about 6 people who are coming to Uganda with me. You made it. Okay, you wanna go eat something?
Huh?
You wanna go eat something?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, how do you eat Asian food in the morning?
I order it and I eat it. And it's good.
You know, the unique part of this that makes me excited and nervous as well is to bring my oldest son. And remember, we are visiting with World Vision, but also we get to meet my family because my brother is getting married. There's a wedding at the end of our trip. So I'm really, really excited that he gets to experience, as a dad, I get to talk about, I get to rebuke him about doing things. I'm like, hey, don't waste that food. Why did you throw that food away? Why do you take a 45-minute shower? They're like, what's wrong with you? But this time to really take him so he can get to see how I grew up, how I went to fetch water, how my life was as a kid, then maybe he'll understand. But also it's the best way I can teach him to get to know what life is for the rest of the people that don't live in the United States. I think as young as they are, sometimes they think everyone lives like them. And I want to show him that that's not true, But also, in some way, if you can show him gratitude, being thankful, I don't know, that's all I could ask for. So have you ever been to Chicago?
No.
Yep. This is O'Hare Airport.
I have a McDonald's here.
Did you see this, the Lake Michigan snow? Like frozen lake? You didn't see that? You didn't see the frozen lake?
I'll see it on the way out.
Well, yeah. Depends where you're sitting.
I picked a window seat.
Do you know what that flag is for?
Which one?
This one. Jamaica, yes. Okay, you ready for Chicago cold?
I am not. It's snowing.
Yes. They have snow for 7 months of the year.
This is like
there we go. Leaving the airport.
Miniature Alaska. How about that?
No, this is not even bad. This is Illinois. So now is Illinois, Chicago, the list of cities you say you've been, are states.
Oh yeah, I can mark that off my little state bucket list. I want to go back. It's freezing. Oh, my hair.
Yep, that hair.
I fell asleep one time on the airplane.
Oh God.
Oh.
Someone might make a blanket out of. That must be helping you stay warm.
The hat?
No, the hair.
Hair? Oh yeah. My neck feels wonderful.
We're in Chicago. Well, we're going to Africa, but we had to come to Chicago because I have to speak here. So it's like going this way to go that way. Quite ironic, right? Well, we're gonna show you. Well, Anthony has never been to the city, so I'm taking him to see a little bit of Chicago.
I'm hitting him with his snowball.
I don't know. That snow is not looking good. I wish we were up though.
It's pretty cool.
So this is our room for tonight. What time is it?
11:30.
Yeah, which is like 12:30 because they are 2 hours, 1 hour behind. Oh, this is a. They never see the sun because it's always covered. Yeah, Anthony, that's like dirty, like woody.
That's clean.
No, that's
Some
dirty.
of it's gotta be clean.
No.
Yeah. gonna find some clean snow.
Well, let's go this way. Look, Chicago is a beautiful city. Well, it's the second, or I mean, it's huge, you know, and there's so much to see, and there's so much. I mean, I have been there many times, but it's a joy that I get to take Anthony. So we get, it's cold, you know, but it was a joy that we get to walk in the city, you know, and walk and get food, you know, take him to the biggest Starbucks I've ever seen before, you know, like get to see a little bit of Chicago. But I wanted it, you know, and that's my whole goal. Like everywhere we travel, I want to educate my kids, but I want to expose them to things they've never seen before, you know, so they can think about the world in a bigger way. That's what happened to me, you know. Once I knew I could go beyond my village, I was like, wait, what? You know, the world is bigger. And the way I began to dream was different because my worldview expanded. So that's why, you know, taking Anthony to the city of Chicago and giving him an opportunity to walk and eat and see, you know, and see places and see other people, you know, was truly a joy. So it's exciting. Always like, you know, parenting, touring, exposing, all in one, you know. So it's always just a joy when you take your kids, but you get to show them around, you know. So yeah, who comes to Chicago and you don't come to Michigan Street, Michigan Avenue, to do a little shopping? Ooh, boss here, good stuff. You know that's a parking lot?
It's a parking lot?
Look, there are cars there. Wow. Yummy. We have to see it all. I'm leading a group of about 6 people who are coming to Uganda with me, you know, and they are all coming to be chosen, or they are bringing pictures so the kids in sorority can choose them. So that's why we're going to Chicago. Wish I would have preferred not to go, but that's what the trip is all about. So a joy that I get to participate, a joy that I get to be part of this, but also a joy that I get to advocate for children in Uganda. You know, some people accuse me like, why do you only advocate for kids in the US? Literally 90% of my job is advocating for kids outside the United States. Remember, I work for World Vision and they work in more than 100 countries. And their focus, 99.9% of world's work is in other countries. And that's what I love working with them. And that's my job, advocating for the least of this. So this week, it's special because I'm advocating for kids in Uganda. And I cannot wait to take the trip, to take the church and the pastor that are doing the chosen, and to be able to watch the kids choosing the families that I got to speak on their behalf. So I'm excited, and that's why I'm going to Chicago. Now our party in Chicago is done. Now it's time to get on a flight and travel to Uganda. It's a long journey. Yes, today's Sunday, but we don't get there until Tuesday morning. Well, at 3 in the morning, you know? But we're excited. We get to travel with KLM and we get to stop in Amsterdam and then to Rwanda and then to Uganda. So the stopovers make it a little bit longer, and that's why it's almost like 30 hours. But a joy, and we're excited to really get to be part of that. Well, remember, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment as well. We love when we get to hear from you. We love anything that you saw that you like to learn or show us. Please leave a comment. But truly a joy to see you, and you're my village, and thank you. Remember to subscribe, okay? See you soon. So, you guys, you know I travel. So I get to travel all over the world, but hardly had I been to Uganda. So for the last 5 years, I have been some places, but not Uganda. So I am really, really excited to get to Uganda. So remember, it is a long journey. Yes, we leave on Sunday. We don't get to Uganda until Monday night. So basically Tuesday morning. So that's a long way. For me, I'm excited for one thing. Well, let's say 2 things. One, that Anthony gets to go to Uganda for the very first time. Number 2, he gets to experience the really African, where dad comes from. You know, I think most time I tell them stories, but they really never know, you know, what's all that talking about. But also too, I will see my family, most of my family in Uganda. So for me, I'm anxious. You know, when you haven't been in a place for so long, you know, you haven't seen some of the members of the family for the last 30 years. Yes, that can be nerve-wracking. So yes, it's a long journey, but I'm really excited that I get to see my family, and I cannot wait to be in Uganda. Guess where you are? You're in Uganda. Don't break them, don't break them. We just made it to Entebbe, Uganda. You can go. Cool. Yeah. Later. So, we finally made it to Uganda. This is really exciting. First time in the last 5 years that I get to be home and bring Anthony with me. I mean, come on. This is really, really cool. So I'm really excited that I get to be here. Wow, look at this. This is all new. Wow. Hey. Hey, Sarah. So what do you think about your room? Look at Anthony's room in Uganda.
I think this might be bigger than my room.
Wow. Well, this thing is huge. Look at this bed. You look, you have the remote right here to control.
Is this what it's like to have a master bedroom?
Yep.
This is amazing.
Yep. So we are at Kajansi. Can you say Kajansi?
Kajansi?
Yeah, we're at Kajansi International Airport. It's a small airport.
National airport?
No, it's a small airport. Yeah, so we're traveling to the northwest of Uganda. There is a plane. Woo!
Small little airstrip.
Yep. So what do you think about the weather?
It's hot.
It's not hot, it's just a little humid. But nice.
It's getting there.
So we're getting on the plane. We're gonna show you our plane. It's a big one. Big one. Anthony, there's our plane. Too late to use the bathroom?
Yes, it's too late. Come on. It's like 45 minutes.
How long is the flight?
45 minutes. You'll be fine.
Okay. You excited for the plane?
Yeah. Small little plane. It's going to be cramped.
Yep. There it is.
It's going to be hard to stand up.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, crazy. Yeah, thanks.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that, usually they like the empty space, right? So I'm assuming you'll spread out a bit, and it should be okay, as long as you don't all group to the front or back. In which case, I'll have to balance this out a little bit. But if you tend to be more motion sick, towards the front's definitely better. Okay. If you want more headroom, towards the back is better. Normally in the morning it's smooth, but man, we're in this dry season weather right now, and it's been unusually a little bit bumpy, even from the early morning.
Just
so
let them find out.
it's not a safety issue. My wife gets the same sort of thing, but I definitely sit towards the front. Refreshing. It's nice. No, she's got the nervous look on her face. Not my first rodeo or flight. Okay, I've been with MAF this is my 21st year. I've been flying for 27. Even when the weather's bad, I tell people we'll get somewhere safely. I don't know if it's where you want to go, but today the weather's great. Okay, it's hot. It's dry season. It's going to be a little bit hazy. Probably a little bit bumpy. I'm going to try and find the smoothest air I can. That's not a safety concern anyway, but you can sit back, relax, and hopefully enjoy the flight. Lord God, thank you for your love and grace in our lives and your mercies that are new each day. Thank you for these folks. Some have come a long way. We just praise you for the safety that you give us on these flights, and we praise you for that today as well. I just thank you for allowing us to be a part of what you're doing in this beautiful country. I pray your hand of blessing, health, and safety to be on these folks, and that they and I will glorify you in all of our thoughts and words and actions today.
So after arriving in Uganda, so remember, I traveled with Soul City and other churches that are sponsoring kids in Sorot, which is in northwestern part of Uganda. To drive there, it would take us 6 to 7 hours. But since we're there for a short time, that's a long place, a long journey to go. So what we did, we are going to take a small little plane, which is a commuter, just within Uganda, which is small. It's really tiny, and it's really scary because literally you can see everything around you on the other side, And some of my Americans were like, "Are you sure this is safe?" Yes, it is safe. It's been flying for many, many years in Uganda. So it was a joy, but also too, it made the travel a little shorter. Yes, we got to miss to see really the travel, the journey of getting there. But because we're there for a short time, it's just easier that way. So getting on that small little plane was absolutely wonderful. They are run by the Missions Society, the aviation that really transport either the sick or people who are traveling, but really helps local places where most time no one can get to, and make sure doctors and medical and other stuff get to where they need to be. So those are the plane we're taking. So remember, you got jet lag. I mean, all the jet lag for traveling, and then get on a 6-hour drive. I've done that before, it's fun. But getting on that little small commuter plane would help us to truly not be overtired, but also we get to spend more time with the community than driving. So to me, I was in for it, but it was a little scary, like looking down and like, man, I can see Uganda literally in a heartbeat, you know, seeing down there that wasn't that far. But also the rolling, you know, so tiny, like, wow. What if? The what ifs were so many, you know, but it was a joy. Anthony was so tired, I think he even slept the whole time, you know. But to Sorority, which is an amazing place that we got to visit, that we got to know. To me, the ride was wonderful. And I would take it 100 times so I don't have to drive 6 hours to get there. Sure.
This snack bank is for both of you.
Oh,
feel free to withdraw anytime.
Okay, thank you.
All you need is to smile.
Snacks.
That's the passcode. You smile and
You get something.
Yes.
I like the idea. So we just got to our hotel in Sorority. It's something. And then we are going to visit the project to see the kids. And it's an hour and a half dirt road. And it's really exciting. So, and then do you know what we're gonna do there?
What?
Do you know what we're gonna see? They did give the briefing.
The water walk?
Water walk. We're
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
see, exactly. So, do you know what a water walk is?
Yeah, it's walking the water from the water source to, not exactly, but I know like
Yes.
just,
Yeah, it's like they're going to show us how the kids actually get water. So we're gonna like live a day in a life of a kid or a family in Africa, how they get water. So that's what we're about to do. Excited. So we cannot wait to show you, and we're good to go. What would you say? What's the temperature? Right
feels
now,
like it's like almost 80.
90 degrees, I think, maybe. It's hot and humid as well. So we're good to go. You ready?
Yeah.
1 hour and a half of a bumpy road and dirt. Excited.
Nice.
You know, so remember, World Vision really cares and helps for communities that are underserved, you know? And I love that they go to the ends of the earth to help the most vulnerable. So the village we are visiting, you know, aren't reached by most people, you know? But also there are no good roads there. So getting there is kind of bumpy. I love how our drivers call them. Our drivers call them the African massage, because as you sit in the car, literally every 10 seconds, like, you know, pothole up, go. It was fun, you know, but also just a joy to connect, you know. So because we couldn't all sit in one place, so it was a joy, sure. But for me, it really helps you to see the community. You get to see, yes, those road rides are long, but you get to see the community in the best way possible. It's dusty, absolutely. It's part of what we are, and that's part of Africa that I love so much. But we get to see families, you know, we get to see where they grow, we get to see their homes, you get to see a little bit about Africa. So this is the typical home. So usually that's like a family, family, you know, and that's their kitchen, see? And then there's, you see right there, that's their bathroom, right there. And that's where they dry their things, you know. So this is their main house. Yeah. So most people sit under the tree because it's cooler. It's like natural. I knew I could not take it to my village because my village is so far away. And we're in Uganda for a short time. But going to these villages was really awesome for him to really get to see. But for the Americans as well, especially Seoul City that are sponsoring kids in Uganda, that I wanted to give them an opportunity to see what it feels like being an African, to see how our kids fetch water, you know, why water in communities is important, because most kids miss school because they cannot find a way to get the clean water nearby. So by driving, we got to see kids and families digging, but also going to school and fetching water to show the difficulty sometimes our kids go through just to make it in life, you know? There's a soap?
Yeah,
and then you pull it.
Yeah.
And then you pull.
Oh, it's hot. Don't say
It must have been out for a while.
Yeah.
So it's tip
With your foot.
of your foot.
So in the absence of soap, you can use ash.
Ah.
Yeah, so ash is also an antibacterial that can work as good as the soap.
Ah. That's
There
so
you go.
cool.
Tip it up.
Yeah. So the cool thing with grass-thatched homes is really cool. They keep the temperature in the hot season. You know, they keep the temperature inside really cool. You know, it's usually cooler than a tin roof. See the tin roof right over there? That heats up and the whole house is, you know. But this one does not. It really keeps the house cool and it's beautiful. Also, when it rains, it's not loud. When you're on that one, the roof, think about, it's like, I don't know, tin roof with water falling on it. It makes a lot of noise. But this one, you don't hear anything. But here's the danger. If one of these catches fire, literally, it takes about 10 seconds and the whole thing, you can see the house is really small. The whole house gets on fire. And then here's the worst part. Because the neighbors, so if it catches fire and the wind, basically it goes to the next, you know? I think that's their stop. So it's easy to catch fire at the same time because it's a windy, it's flat region. So, you know, catching fire, it just spreads it really quickly. But there are not that many homes around. So, you know, as you can see, there's this, but it takes a while to see another one over there, you know? So that is the good part of African homes. Also, the other cool thing is, like, you know, they're neighbors, but also they're family members. You know, you have your uncle here, you have your aunt on the other side, related. It's really cool to see how it works. So we're going to fetch water to show how, you know, all the kids in Africa go get water. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Are
I
you
got
ready?
mine.
With your jerry can?
Yes.
With your jerry can?
I'm ready.
All right. So this is really cool, but also really sad, you know, that they spend, you know, most of the hours going to get water. So they are not productive, they don't go to school, or even the water they get is dirty as well, right?
They're sharing it with the animals.
Yes.
Right, and so you gotta share the water. It's contaminated many times, and they're experiencing issues with their stomachs.
Right.
So we gotta stay hydrated, but
Absolutely. So just an experience, like we just walk the walk and see what it takes, but also to really get to see what we're about to do. You know, because of the sponsorship, you know, that your church has already done, that means for the next 12 months, they'll make sure they have, like, you know, water they need.
absolutely.
Which is cool. So journey with us so we can show you how kids go fetch water here in northeast of Uganda. So every time we visit or we travel with World Vision, we do the water walk. What is a water walk? Water walk is really being in the shoes of a child or a family or a mom in that particular village or that particular city or that particular country on how they get water, you know? So it's a water walk, meaning like you go, begin from their family as they do, you go to their source of water they get and bring it back. So you can have an experience, so you can feel on what it means for families and these kids do on a daily basis, you know? It's really humbling, you know, especially when Americans do it, like, you know, it's easy for us to turn on a tap of water and water just comes. Like, we don't even know where it comes from, you know? But we know it's clean as well. But it's not the case for the majority of the world. So for us as World Vision, we try to give experience to those who are visiting our countries, the experience of water, but also how to show how it's important, you know, for clean water and providing water for communities that don't have them. So this is how they get water.
So this is our water source. I think you can see. When it is rainy season, it dot extends up to up.
So during the rain season, the water is more dirty, isn't it? Because water flows from the upper side.
So the water walk was really humbling. For me, I think it was really difficult to do so because it brought all the flashbacks, the abuse I endured, the childhood I lost because I had to do all that at a very early age. That was really tough for me to do. But it was a joy that I get to really go with Americans, especially my son Anthony being part of that. So he gets to learn and watch, and he got the jerry can, those plastic jerry cans, and he walked it. And I don't think he thought, I'm not sure how much he thought it was real, But as we walked, he's like, oh, we had to go that far. I'm like, yes. And then finally we get to the water. I think in their mind they thought, I don't know, it's a stream running. They had no idea on how they get that water. So I think watching other families come to get water and watch the community right around, I think that was really shocking for him, that I cannot believe this is the only water they have for the whole community. Like, I cannot believe how fortunate I am. That's all I could hear from him saying, I just had no idea how fortunate I am that I can get water anyhow I want, that I can take a 45-minute shower. Yes, which But I think for me, it was a teachable moment for him. Just realize that he has that. It's a privilege, but that's not how the rest of the world lives, So it was really good, but also for our fellow Americans to just watch how their church participation is gonna change the world. It's gonna impact this village in some way by providing water for them. And then the second part, they had to carry that water. So Anthony carrying that water, I think really, he wanted to put macho. He thought this is a really cool thing to do. But along the way, he realized just how tough it is. And I think it touched him and convicted him. I love the way Kelly's carrying the water.
Holding it like a baby. I gotta use my hip.
That's cool. Another way of just carrying water like a baby. Anthony, no, you have to have balance. You can't take both. It has to be balance. It has to balance. Anthony, listen. Anthony, no, listen. Like, I know, but
I'm gonna take the heavy.
okay. You go to bed tonight and then you're like, something is wrong. Don't say I didn't tell you. Yep. No, I'm not. Yep. No. I'm filming. I'm filming. I told you. I had to do that for 14 years, 15 years. But also I think it showed him, every time I say, hey, don't waste water. I never had that opportunity the way you're doing it. And I'm sure they were like, huh? But I think he got to understand that, like, oh, now I get why dad, sometimes doesn't like how I waste water. All the comments he make, like, now I get it, But it was a joy to go with him. It was a joy to watch, but also humbling, to watch kids get water, to watch moms carry that water every day. And the worst part for him, I think it was the source of water, where it came from. He could not believe people drink that water, Yes, they do. And that was absolute joy to watch him do so and to watch him go get water and carry it to the end. Like, he was committed to he was committed to start all the way and to bring it back. And I think that's one lesson that, he's been sharing every time I hear him sharing about when people ask him, how was Uganda? It's like, man, I'm humbled, and I feel like I'm privileged, which is good, that I wanted him to learn and appreciate what he has, But also I wanted to introduce him to my family, so get it to see, this is where I come from, this is how I grew up, this is how tough life was as a kid, in a way. So it was really humbling. Why, are you tired now? No, I'm filming, remember? See, when I have muscles, that's how I got muscles.
Okay.
Through hard work. Bye.
Bye.
So how does it feel? Think about if you had to do that twice a day. And these kids do it from the age of 3. They go get water. Yep, almost there.
Having fun?
Yep.
I bet.
How does that feel?
Heavy.
Yep. Think of the kids that do this every day.
You want it, sir?
Huh?
You want it, sir? How is it?
Oh, feeling my muscles are coming back. My guns.
Okay. Having fun?
Yes. This brings all the memories of me as a little kid.
Can you do it on your head, Peter?
Yes, but it's not covered, so the water will spill. So, you get to see the village. You got to see how far we got to walk, and you got to see, the need as well. It's no different than where I came from. That was literally maybe why it was humbling and the joy to watch was because that is how I grew up. That was my village. I had to go fetch water 3 to 4 miles away to get water that wasn't even clean, and I had to do that twice a day. Think about, you walk 3 miles one way, back, but you had to do it twice. So I didn't get to experience being a child because I had to provide for my family at a very early age, I went to school late because my family could not afford school in some way, but because there were those needs that my family needed, that sometimes our contribution was more needed than me going to school. But also they didn't have that much. So for me, going back and watching, that in sorority was really humbling. The only difference is I come from the mountains. So, everywhere there are mountains and hill and it's green, while here it was more flat, but the same roads, bumpy, dirty roads, just the same as mine, close-knit families, homesteads that live with each other or close to each other. That's how my family looks like, how they go fetch water, how they go to school, it's all the same. They use bicycles. We use bicycles as well in my village. So to me, I feel at home. Yes, the topography was the difference, but the majority is how I grew up. In small huts, small homes where our families, and we also lived in nearby. That my uncle was next door, or my auntie lived next, my grandparents. So the same way their homesteads were built is exactly the same way my village was. So in a way, yes, I was in Uganda. Yes, we spoke different languages, but as a kid, it was the same lifestyle that I had as a child. And that's why it was humbling, but also why it was a joy that I get to take Anthony there, that he gets to see, he gets to be part of that he gets to really see how his dad grew up. And I can't wait to take him to my own village, but I think that was humbling for him to watch. Kids, have a jerrycan on top of their head and walking for miles and miles away. It's great being in Uganda. It's great bringing, visitors, and it's great bringing my son to really see the life of a child, the life of a mother, the life of a grandparent in Uganda, in small village, in sorority. It is a joy that they get to teach us to be kind and also the humility that sometimes we have so much, and in some way to live a life that we get to give to others as well. So this water walk was fun. I really enjoyed it. And it taught me so much. And it taught my son and our visitors how to be grateful, but also how to give so others can have a better life. So now we're getting ready and we are heading to Kampala so we can prepare for the wedding. It's really been a humbling, but a joy. So now time to go to celebrate my brother's wedding and for my son to meet my family. So today is my brother's day. Well, we are in Kampala, Uganda, and I'm really excited. Here's what I'm excited. Anthony is meeting my family for the very, very, very first time. So we're gonna dress up and then we go to church, Martha's way, by the lake. And then the wedding is at Munyonyo, which is right by the lake. So I'm really excited and I cannot wait to see the reaction, but also how my family is gonna react, seeing him for the very, very first time. Good to see you too. Yeah. So I always come here, and this guy has always been here.
He cuts your hair?
Yeah,
It's an easy job.
Yeah?
It's an easy job.
Of course it's an easy job. Ooh, ready?
It is all
Just jump it. Don't put that thing back, okay?
I know, I can't.
So like any weddings in the United States or in Africa, weddings you get, be ready. You gotta look nice, you gotta show up, and you're gonna be absolutely all ready to do whatever it takes. Dance, eat, name it all. And since we're meeting my family for a long time, I am really, really excited. And I've also seen my family for the last 5 years. So they're seeing me the last they have not seen me the last five years, but also they're meeting Anthony for the very first time. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the salon. Well, they call them salons in Uganda. Basically, it's like, you go there, work on your hair. Anthony having crazy hair. I wanted him to have something really done for his hair. Me too, I needed to shave and get my, everything ready for the wedding. And it was really awesome to go to the city. I went to this salon. I have been going there for 15 years. Oh, I don't know how many years. And the same guy, seriously, the same guy still works there. Every time I go, he really blesses me and he's really wonderful. Whoa, that was hot, as in painful. So Anthony's hair, it's long and it's who knows what. But I'm not sure people in Uganda know how to deal with his color hair. But we're gonna give it a try. Whatever comes out, that would be fine. And sure enough, so we went to get ready for the wedding. It was nice. Yeah.
Your barber got to cut my hair.
It's John. Ready to go? Look good. Yeah. It was really awesome that we get to have that opportunity. Me and Anthony here in the United States, I don't think we've ever gone to a wedding together. I don't think so. So this is our first. So we went and bought suits and we are all stacked up to be ready for the wedding. He's excited. Even coming from the United States, that's one thing he was really excited about because he prepared before the shoes, the belts, the suits. So he was really looking forward to this. So as we get ready, it is really, really, really awesome to take part and see his joy and his fun that he's about to have in Uganda. I think for Anthony, think about you're going to a country you've never been. First of all, we went to sorority. He got to see the, people who live on really little. Then he's meeting my family. It's not like he's meeting my mom and dad. He's meeting my uncles and my aunt. People I haven't seen for years and years. And they're all gonna be there. And then he's going for the wedding. Think about that is overwhelming. So I can't imagine what was going in his head as he was looking forward to meeting my family. Poor guy that he had to go through all that process. And but I think he was really excited. He was really looking forward to that. I'm not sure he was prepared to know, is this your uncle? Is this your aunt? Because everyone's like, my brother, this is my brother. I'm your uncle. It's like, wait, what? So he was really looking forward to that. And I can't imagine his thoughts and all his brain kind of processing all that. Well, these days, the weddings in Uganda and the United States are not different. They're kind of the same, They always go to church, and after church, we go to the ceremony, So it was really awesome to go. So my brother is Roman Catholic, so we had to go to this priest thing, which was really cool. It's a church, I don't think I've ever been there, but it was really cool to go to Mutabazi and see the beauty. But boy, it was hot. It was maybe 100 and, I don't know, think about 110, and in humidity, you can imagine sweating and you feeling you cannot breathe, I haven't felt so for a long time. And then you dress in a jacket and a suit. Boy, that was crazy, but it was really cool. But also too, I have not been in a Roman Catholic church for the last maybe, I don't know, 35 years. I went when I was little with my mom sometimes, but I haven't been there for long time. I can truly say maybe I don't know. Last time I went, maybe I was 10 years old. Seriously, that's how long time ago I've ever been to a Catholic church. So it was wonderful to kind of really be there, you know, and some things clicked like, well, yes, they do this. So it was really nice to see my family really enjoy that as well. So it was really cool to be part of that. It was really cool that I get to, you know, in some way just go back to the tradition of what my family is still doing. But it was really fun. But boy, it was hot. And of course, there's no AC, nothing. But it was hot. Literally, I could not sit in one place. I had to go sit in the corner where I saw a fan. I was like, you know, before I collapse, I'm gonna go over there. So it was really cool to see my little brother. He's my youngest. So we have 5 biological siblings, and he's the youngest, you know? So he was the last one. So it was really nice to really get to see him kind of really walk this journey, you know? When I left Uganda, he was, I don't know, he could have been 5 maybe, you know? So it was really cool to see him growing up. Like, think about like this kid, I lived with him when he was like 1 year old. And then I moved to the United States when he was like, I don't know, 10 or 12. So you can imagine just seeing him growing up and getting married and all that. It was really cool. But also in my family, it's the only wedding I think I have really experienced as a family member, because most of my siblings have, you know, got married when I was, you know, in Europe or here. So this was my first time to really attend, which was really cool, you know, that brought back the memories, you know, seeing him as a little boy and seeing him married. I'm like, wow, life goes in a flash, you know. He was the youngest, so I can't say, well, I've had influence on him by how I've, you know, lived a successful life, you know, went to school, traveled abroad, live abroad. So he's the one who kind of followed my footsteps. He lives in Rwanda, you know, he has an amazing business there. And it was a joy to really see, like, you know, someone kind of picking up things that you've done before, or asking you a question like, hey, I want to do this. I want to build a house. What do I need to put in place? And to see him actually do that was really awesome. You know, for your little brothers, kind of mirror your own life. It was a joy, you know, that you get to influence your family in ways that you didn't know. And so for me, you know, that was an awesome opportunity, but also a joy to really see. But it was also good to see my cousins that I grew up with, you know, who were also younger. They were little, you know, or they were much younger than me, to see them grown up with kids. And I was like, wow. So the memories of my childhood in some way just came back. Why? Because I saw the people that triggered it or brought it back, the things I had forgotten, like, wait, I know you. We used to do this together. We used to go fetch water together. So it was really cool and amazing and a joy to really bring and see how far I've come, but also, you know, how the world has changed for sure. So it was amazing to see that for sure in a short time. But it was awesome, absolutely awesome to go to church. I think for Anthony, I don't think he's ever been to a church where it goes more than 1 hour and 15 minutes. You know, most churches in the US are, you know, short time. But boy, it was long. It's my dad, your grandpa. It's my mom, your grandmother. So for the very first time, Anthony was able to meet his grandparents. He was able to meet my mom, meet my father, you know. And I think for him it was really a shock, like, oh, these are my grandparents, because they were the ones there at the wedding. And see my brothers and my other brothers and sisters as well. It was a joy, you know, just that, wow. This is your family. It was really a joy to see that. But also he got to meet the man who rescued me. Remember? The man who took me in and really gave me the most opportunity nobody had ever given me before. That changed my life was there as well. I think that was really a joy and a treat for Anthony to meet the guy, like, oh, this is the guy that really came alongside and changed your life. Like, yes, for Anthony, I think, to really put the pieces together, because he has had my story for a long time. So now he's able to say, oh, this is the family. this is the family that helped you. This is the family, biological family. This is your mom. This is your uncle. I mean, it just kind of really joined together in a way that was really exciting for him to learn and learn about his dad. So I don't know how he took it, because it was a little too much for sure. You know, I don't know if you're introduced to your family, friends, and family, 300 of them in one bit. That's a lot to take. But also what helped was the people who came for the reception are not the same people that came for the wedding, So it was easy to meet them in bits and bits in some way. The good thing for me, he met my biological family first at church, and then he got to meet other uncles and aunties later. So which was fun, but I can say, sure, it was overwhelming for him. Well, the cool thing is, most of my family speak English. Remember, Uganda was colonized by the English, so one of the common languages is English, but my mom doesn't speak English. She speaks a little, so we had to translate for him. But the majority, people were just talking to him, anytime they wanted. My dad speaks English, so that was a little easy for him to talk to him. And, but it's hard when you can't relate with this kid and, we're here, but most of the time I think they said, hey, you need to stay and you come to Kabale so you can be with us for at least a year. That was the invitation. Everyone was like, you need to stay, and we're gonna feed you, and then we're gonna show you, but you gotta stay for at least 1 year to get to know us. So, which was really cool, and I was like, absolutely, he should stay here for 1 year. Let him just land to the village, go fetch water like I did, eat your local food, and I think it would be really awesome, So that was the invitation. I think everyone was like, yes, it's a wedding, it's too much people, but it would be really nice if we just had to take you in for days and months and get to learn about you, and you get to learn about us. But I think they were overjoyed to really meet him. They've seen him in pictures and videos since he was 11, So in some way, they kind of knew who he was, but really seeing him in person, that was really different in a way, And they were really shocked. He was the only white kid, Everyone else looked like me, but he was the only white kid looking like, wait, wow, who's that kid, But it was fun that everyone was coming to him because they kind of knew who he was in a way. Typical weddings in Africa, they invite friends, But also remember, here in Africa, it's the groom's parents that do the wedding. They pay for the wedding, and most of them, they contribute the most. But in Uganda, it's your family, it's your friends. So all the friends you invite, you send emails and texts to friends, and they all contribute towards your wedding. So it's a community wedding rather than an individual wedding, because they all contributed to come to your wedding, or they all contributed to make your wedding happen. So most time, everyone who contributed, you get to invite them, But in my case, I think because my brother lives in Rwanda and they had to go to come to Uganda in Kampala, which is far away, it's about 300 miles away from my village. So most people could not make it, but those who live in Kampala, who are relatives and friends, were there for sure to see. So there was really joy. I love the communal way of thinking and how they do things. It's your friends that really contribute. It's your friend that come along. It's your friend that show up. And it was good to meet their friends, that made it that happen, but they've grown up with, but also too, they have made them who they are. So it was a joy to see just how things are done in the United States and how things are not done, in a different way in Uganda. For Anthony, it was a joy to see just how long and the fun and the family. Like, it's not about the performance and we do this and go here. It's really family, just hanging out and, dancing and enjoying and food and walking around. They take forever, So think about the wedding started at Church was at 2. The reception didn't begin until maybe 6. So think about 2. I mean, that's a long time. And it didn't end until midnight. That's a long, long, long day. So for Anthony, it was a joy to see just how things take long, Of course, attending an African wedding, I don't think I've attended one for the last 15 years, But I love the tradition where they, it's always, both families coming together, and they dance, they share memories, they call their, everyone talks. Here in the United States, most time it's the grooms or the best man that gets to talk. But in Uganda, everyone, the parents get to talk, the friends get to talk, everyone. And it's really always awesome to see. Something that I never seen before is usually it's the parents of the groom and the bride that talk the most, because they're kind of giving instruction of, hey, our daughter is coming to you. Here's what you need to watch out for. Here's what we would love to know about you. Here are the gifts we would like to give to your new family. Then my family, the groom's family says, well, we got your daughter and we're grateful for you. We want you to be part of us. I mean, it's like family uniting and somehow really sharing the things that are about to be, maybe that we're in my family that are about to be part of my family, So, for example, my family lives in Kabale and Rwanda, So now that we know this family lives in a different county or different district. So now if I'm visiting, I have to really remember them. In some way, they're like, remember our spirit as you travel, because now you're part of our family. So that was really cool to watch how families unite and how they really give instructions for younger ones to follow at a wedding, Of course, it was overwhelming for me as well. Remember, I've been abroad for more than 27 years. Think about it. So for those who are left who were 5, they're now in their 30s, So as Anthony was meeting new families, I felt like I was also meeting new families, because I left a long time ago. So coming back and watching them do things and, people introduce themselves like, hey, I know you. You're like, who are you? You're 5 when I left and now you have 5 children. Wow. That was exciting, but also just a joy that we get to unite, but got to really see a different way the weddings are done, For me, what I love the most is that they take their time, It's not just a performance and it's family time. And family time can take forever, And that's something that was reminded at that wedding that, yes, it took about, 6-7 hours, but it was worth it because families were being families and people were just taking time to get to know each other and catch up, which was really, really, really awesome, that I loved and I miss as well. It was also fun. Remember, so Uganda is a tropical, so we grow lots of flowers. And we are in Kampala and a really nice hotel as well. It was amazing to see the decorations as well, like how, it's very westernized, but man, the flowers, in my head I was like, all these flowers, roses, how much they cost? Then I remember, wait, I'm in Uganda. These things are, they're cheap. They grow them and it's really cool. So it was really fun to see the way they have done, how they focus the pictures about their family. Like you really walked in and you knew who they were because you saw the pictures of their family. You knew their names, like everything was really, everywhere. It was outside, which was really cool too. That breeze coming from the lake was wonderful, So it was I think the setting was magnificent. The food too, amazing food, It took a while. Think about it. You started the wedding at 2. It's 7. You haven't eaten. Think about, boy, that was, people were starving and I was ready to eat, to be honest. But the food was really absolutely amazing, I love that they mix the traditional food, the Indian food, the African food, and they all combine together to make into a buffet. So, it was really cool that you just walk around and just pick up what food you wanted. What you felt was good for you is what you got. And for me, that was really cool. My son loves, my kids love African food, especially the stew and the chapati. And to see, they was like, yes, Anthony, now you can believe me that this is Ugandan, which was really a joy that, we could pick. He tried. I wanted him to try the typical African food that I can never cook or that I'm not a fan of, but he tried and he's like, it doesn't taste like I thought, but he tried, which is good. He always gives a try to something he's never had before. So it was really good to see him enjoy the meals. It took me back, like literally memories, like I cannot explain. Like I just went back like 30 years, like, wow, this is what I've missed all these years, for not being Uganda. But it was a joy that I get to bring Anthony with me and he get to enjoy it. But it was fun, eating, dancing, meeting family. For me, my favorite part was meeting family. Those that I have not met for a long time. And catching up with my brothers and my sisters as well. It was awesome, awesome, awesome. So this is a recap about the wedding. So now we have so much else to do. So we have to go do something special. There's so much to see and so much to do in Uganda. So this was awesome wedding. I hope you enjoyed it as we enjoyed as well. But we have more to show you and we cannot wait to really show you, especially for Anthony, that I wanted to show him everything I could while there. So The wedding was fantastic. Meeting family and being with family was a joy. I wish I could stay for another 2 days, absolutely, to get to catch up with them. But those hours gave us a time to really enjoy and get to introduce them to Anthony. So that was it. Otherwise, we got more to show, but it was really a joy to be with family.
It's a baby mango. Now it's never gonna grow. Oh, that is a lot of juice.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Here you go. Here you go.
No, that means it's getting a lot of water. No, it's illegal to do so.
Here? It's illegal to do that?
For World Vision stuff.
Oh. I am technically not a World Vision.
You're guest to them. So this is really cool, and I want to show you how kids get to choose. So basically we took the pictures while we're still in the US, and then they were sent here via technology. And then once they go to Uganda, they printed out the bigger of these pictures. So these people were chosen took pictures on Sunday, so they're gonna be chosen by the kids. And we're gonna show you the process on how it really works. An opportunity for someone in the US to be chosen by someone here in Uganda, which is really cool. So all these people have no idea who's gonna choose them. But along the way, we're gonna show you how it all works, which is really cool, I'm excited and thrilled as well. Why? Because my kids and I are going to be chosen as well. So this is really cool and exciting, and I cannot wait to see it. It's usually nervous, you're gonna be chosen for sure, but really for a kid to decide, come here, walk through each one of the pictures and decide who they want to be their sponsor. Isn't that awesome that we get to give them the opportunity to choose? So you might be there asking or wondering, look, there are so many kids over there. You just pick up kids from the village and say, all of you come? No. So World Vision Uganda, or World Vision US partners with World Vision Uganda, where they go to the community that need the most. And then they select children working with the community leaders, church members, and all that is involved within the community. And then they are the ones, including the World Vision staff from Uganda, who are Ugandans, that they go in the community and register children. So they make sure that each child is the most needy, but also that it gets help the entire community. So World Vision is a community development. It's not just one child, community development. That means in that community, they get to have water, they get to have schools, they get to have health centers, but also kids get an opportunity to go to school because the community is benefiting as a whole. And I love what World Vision does, that when you sponsor one child, 4 more kids get helped as well. So this is how it works. If there's no water, yes, it's still one child, but all the kids in the village get to fetch the same water. Everybody. So sponsoring one helps 4 more kids, which is really cool. Why are you laughing? How are you? You're fine? Yes. Good. This is P what? P4. P4? Yes. Ah, that's good. What are you studying? So you might be asking, so what are the kids doing? So they have to be school-aged kids. So usually either they're about to go to school or they're already in school, and we come alongside to make life better for them. What's P2, for example? Primary, or it's grade 1 or first grade or second grade. So P1 is primary 1, primary 2, primary 3. In the United States here is what we call grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, middle school. So some of our kids are old enough, they could be middle school, or they could be elementary, or they could just beginning school. So that's kind of how all the kids we work with to make sure they're going to school, but also we can track them, we can see their development, we can see how they're growing, and we can see how we can improve their lives. One child at a time, but through the community development. Who's there? Yeah, you can see yourself. Yeah? What's your name? What's your name? Ivan? And you? Ah, and you? Oh, you? Oh, you? Ah. What? Hey, don't push, don't push, don't push. You okay? Yeah? As you watch this, tell me what you're feeling.
I'm just feeling overwhelmed. Like this woman has been a part of Soul City for so many years, and she lost her mom in the last year, and has recently come back to our church. So it's like so encouraging to me to see her face.
Yeah.
Then I see other people, Celeste from our prayer team. I see the Prues over here that love to sit in the lobby every week. So yeah, it's
I got to meet him.
Yeah,
you know?
It's overwhelming to see
the
generosity of our people.
Wow.
And to know what they're walking through in their lives, but
Yeah.
still wanting to say yes to what God's doing here. Yeah, to see them move to action, you know, not just be inspired and say like, oh, that's so cool, but to say, no, I want in. And I know like this is costing them something. You know, it's not just a hopeful prayer, but they actually have skin in the game.
Yeah.
So that is utterly inspiring.
So here's a cool thing. Most kids in this community have never been able to choose a pair of shoes, or sometimes even a meal, or have a third set of clothes. No, absolutely, you know? But we know that they are growing. We know they're about to get somewhere, but also we know that they need so much help, you know? So for families in the United States to come along and say, you know what? I have the resource and I want to come alongside this child to make sure that they have all they need. World Vision provides water for the community because they lack water. But also, they get an opportunity to feel their sin heart and known as well. But the cool thing is too, if you've never been able to choose a pair of shoes, think about that you get to choose your own sponsor. It's really cool, really awesome. I'm gonna show you the typical, like today they are dressed the best. Think about it. What are you about to see? How the kids are dressed is their best clothes they could find at home to be here for the most awesome event. So I want you to think, you know, that how they are dressed is their Sunday best. To see how they're really growing. Also too, that this is our first time here and it's the first time they're gonna be chosen. So in about a year or two, we'll come back and you will see the difference that you're about to make, you know? You know, to me, this is emotional because I was one of these kids. The way they are dressed is how I dressed as a kid. The challenge that they have are the challenge that I had as a kid. So I'm really excited to see how their lives are about to change. By giving them dignity and making sure that they have all the best they can. And it really takes you and I, and I'm really excited to show you. Yay! Come on, Anthony. Yeah. She's probably confused, like, what is
Yeah, that does not look like that girl.
He's black, Michelle is white, that's sweet. Bro, like, what is going on? Well, so for me, this trip is absolutely emotional. Yes, I get to travel to other countries, but this time it's my country. And the cool thing that I love so much is my kids wanted to be chosen as well. So we brought the picture, Isabella especially, she's like, I want to be chosen. So we brought the picture of Isabella because she wants someone in Uganda to choose her. So for me, this is really, really emotional in so many different ways. That my kids want to be part of my country, but also my kids want to improve lives of others, you know? I love, Napoleon said, it's those that have the fight not to lose what they have. When you've walked in a life where life was difficult, it's easy to have empathy for those who are still in the same place, you know? But for me, as a foster dad, an adoptive dad, to see my kids who had no clue where Uganda was, but they happen to have a dad from Uganda, but also that they want to make a difference to the kids in Uganda. To me, that was touching and truly a joy that my kids want to impact other kids, especially in my country. So it's almost like, coming home in some way, but also to know that my kids in the United States are impacting my kids in Uganda. Oh, my kids, our kids in Uganda. So, thank you. So, I found the girl that chose us. It's really cool. He got to choose us. So, for the first time, I've been chosen in Uganda. And this girl is right here. So, look at her. Look! This is the girl that chose us, and it's really exciting. I am here in flesh, and I go to watch her pick us as. Look. So remember, we have offices and staff that are Ugandan for World Vision Uganda, which is an entity or a country on its own, you know? So what happens when the kids are chosen, they're part of the program. You can sponsor a child until they are 18 or 21, or until they finish high school. So it's up to you to go for 1 year, 2 years, as far as you can. They get to write you. The country staff in Uganda gets to follow on them monthly, or quarterly to make sure they're going to school. Which school are they into? Are they getting nutrition? If they are sick, how are they being taken care of? So that's how it works. That it's just not one time, you know, but they are now enrolled in programs. So for those who are not going to school, they start school. You know, for those where there was no clinic, now they're checked on regularly. You know, if malaria is a problem in their community, they want to make sure every child is taken care of. And so those funds along the way, they get to help. So World Vision is committed to be in one community at least a minimum of 15 years. You know, so it's not like a one go say, we're going to invest resources in this community at least for the next 15 years until you can sustain yourselves or you have all that you need to do what you require. That is community development. We'll come alongside until you can take it on your own. And it's not like US coming, hey, here's what we want you to do, all this. No, it's like, hey, what are your needs and how do we meet them? You know, but also you gotta take the initiative of take care of your community, and we're gonna bring resources. It's both. There's no one above, no one the other way. It's like both meeting together to make and change the world of the most vulnerable. You know, in developing countries, most kids don't make it to the age of 5. So how do we protect them? Well, we start when they're little, before they are born. And that's what World Vision is all about. Helping kids so they can be fulfilled adults by giving them all that they need to be fulfilled adults, which is really cool. So you're the mother? Ah, how many children do you have? 6 children. What number is she? She's the last born, number 6. Ah, what grade are you in? What class?
She's in nursery school.
Ah, top class. You know, so she's 5 years old. Ah, I see. Oh, wonderful. Yes. So where's his dad? Her dad. Ah, father at home. Yeah. What does he do? Farmers. Ah, I see. Ah. Well. Do you like rice? Hmm? You like rice? You like fish? Ah. So, how old are you? 5? 5. Yeah. Okay. And you, how old are you? 13. Ah. Teenager. Yeah. See? Look. Now you can smile because you can see yourself. Yeah? There you were. There's Mama. There's Mama. You see yourself there? Yes. Uh-huh. Where's your little one? Let's look at that little one. Look at yourself. Whoa. Ah. She's smiling because she's seeing herself. Good job. Good job. Okay. Let's go here. Look. Yeah? It's video. It's going video.
Okay.
So this is Evelyn's dad. How old is she? 13, right? Yes. There you go. Now, Evelyn, where are you? There you are. You can see you. Yeah? We hope you feel better. Yeah. Yes. I brought something small from the shop. Yes. No, thank you. All right. See you soon. All right. Bye. So the celebration day is a kind of cool day. Remember, these kids have been waiting. It's not like they just showed up, hey, you're gonna be. No, they already know because the community is taking part and making sure that they are registered, but also that they know expectations. So everyone is excited that they get to know it's the day I get to choose. And so their parents come as well. That day they get to dance. That day they get to have meals. That day they get to do so much stuff, you know. But also here's what I like about choosing party. On the choosing party, it's not just about the children only, but also the parents. That day, the parents have like a financial class. That day, the parents have like, hey, can we share about moms on how you can really protect your children? You know, that day they get to talk to all the dads about early early marriages. You know, on how to really don't let your little girls get married when they are young. Give them an opportunity to develop and be whoever they want to, because now they have sponsors. So it's like you, in order to develop a community, you have to also invest in their mom and dad, you know? So you can't just, you know, if you only give to the child from cultures that kind of support early child marriages, how do they know that's danger and that's not really in the interest of the child? Well, you gotta educate them as well. So while they are being educated or while they're being given resources, the kids are playing. They also get to play soccer. Sometimes when we come, we bring soccer balls. You know, every kid in Africa loves soccer, me included. So taking one ball, they get to really enjoy. Also, we love the African kind of culture, well, that's my culture, you know, it's community based. That when you take a football, it's really every kid enjoying. It doesn't matter who, they all like to be part of the team. And it was neat to see Anthony try that. It's really cool that Anthony got to play soccer with with other kids in Uganda. Again, if water is an issue, we want to make sure children have clean water. Most kids die not because they have bad disease, most time because of contaminated water. So by providing clean water, that really removes the danger of kids losing their lives at a very early age, which is cool that I get to be part of that.
Do a lot of people in Kampala or the cities watch the Olympics. Won gold medals. I forget which events it were.
Tip.
Yeah. Are they pretty big?
Emma, see uncle again.
Emma, what are you eating?
Emma.
Emma?
Emma. Elungata Emma.
E-M-M. Oh, Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Emmanuel.
Hey.
Emma.
Emma. See uncle.
Emma.
See uncle.
How are you?
See uncle. Get up. There.
Uh-oh.
There. You want to that an uncle? There. You just food to uncle. Food there.
You want to stand?
There.
Oh, you put in your eyes.
Mamai. See mamai. See mamai. Don't pound. Look at
So what are they doing? Testing for?
For malaria.
Testing for malaria.
I was recording a crazy group.
So we are wiping away any germs and bacteria. This is alcohol scrub. It is wet inside. So when you clean it, it removes. And when you clean like that, you don't touch again that site.
You know, some of you, I think you watched me, be tested for malaria, or you saw some of our team, they get tested. Well, that is local. The locals use their own equipment, but also they use their professionals as well. Remember, there are some tropical diseases that they have that we don't have here. So the medication that they have is catered for particular regions as well. So, but it was really neat to meet their nurses to see like, how do they do, how do you test malaria? How do you test HIV? How do you help a child get immunized? So that was really cool to watch them show us. This is how we immunize kids. This is the process we go through. So as visitors, we had to learn the process they do, so we get to really see, which was neat and brilliant. I mean, simple ways, but yet it protects children, and also it makes sure the parents are also included as well. Think about immunization. If kids don't have the resource, yes, that can put them in danger. So World Vision makes sure that all the people you get to see, the nurses, all the testing is local, and it's run locally, and it's to the context of that culture and that people. So it was really neat to learn on how they do it, and I loved it. I think I got tested for something, which is cool. And also I love that it's instant, that you get to know right there and then, either you have malaria or you don't have, and they get to treat you. Sometimes these people walk for miles and miles to get there, so sometimes when you fall sick and you don't know, and you gotta wait for days, that can be dangerous and taxing, and that's how people lose their children or lose their lives. So by testing and knowing, hey, the need to treat these shouties now. That really helps the mortality rate, so which is cool. And that's why I love World Vision, how they work, and how they work with the community, and learn from the community. We are not bringing them the medicine, we are not bringing our Western way of thinking, no. They are the ones teaching us, here's how we do it best, and here's how we protect our farm. Which is cool. So, water. This is really cool that they get to have water. From there, literally to their homes, there, and right there. So this is what we call a homestead. You know, like entire family lives here. The uncle, the aunt, the siblings, they all live within the same literally compound. So anyway, with World Vision providing water, you know, literally they have to walk from there to here. Before, they would walk 6 miles just to get water. But World Vision finally provided for them water, which is really cool. So really need to see the kindness of people and how they've been able to provide to let the kids be kids. Oh, I see. That's so cool. This is how they cook, guys. Whoa. So it preserves the wood. Ah, that is so cool.
You see,
yeah,
cooking is very simple. Eh?
Yeah.
You use only one. You put like this.
Yes.
After you setting it, you use only one. Or you mixed with a small one.
It's so good.
It is very easy.
Yes, very easy. This is the kitchen, guys. So cool. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's cassava. So this is cassava. They grind it, dry it, and make posho out of it.
To have flour, which is good. It's our main local bread or local food we eat. We call it ataka. So even we can make bread from this. We can make cakes from this. Pancakes. Yeah. Can make from cassava. Then here.
So have you ever seen a banana before?
I've seen a banana, obviously. I just haven't seen a banana tree.
That's a plantain, I think. So that's how it grows. So a banana tree is not made out of a stem, fiber. So these are the fibers, and then they make into yep. Okay, what did you name your tree?
Habyarimana.
Habyarimana.
Then you put back the mulch.
Yeah.
You put the mulch, and then you put the
ribbon.
Now you tie this one.
Habyarimana.
And then you have to put back the mulch and water.
High five.
And give it its
So what did you name your tree?
Shibuzi. As every culture we go to, you always want to leave history, or you want to leave, I don't know, something, a reminder that you were there. So we planted the trees. You know why? Because they want us to come back, you know? And it was really cool that Anthony got to plant the tree and you give them names, you know? And it was more like, hey, I want to plant this tree. In the future, when I come back, I hope you get to take care of it. But really also because they cut trees because they don't have electricity, and they just cause so much danger because there's nothing to protect their soul. In other words, you're saying, in this part, I want you to have a tree in memory or in reminder of me, which is really cool. That means when we go back, our trees will be there. Also, it's a friendship. As Africans, we love to make friendship, but it's another way of saying, this tree will always remind me of you. This tree will always remember how you came. But for us too, who are here in the United States, literally, after 1 year, after 2 years, after 3 years, I would like to go back and see how my tree went. We named them, I cannot remember, a beehive? Did I call it Beyonce? I don't know. I give it a name. So hopefully they're taking over my Beyonce tree. I'm not kidding. That was the whole thing. And I love the way culture really shapes us. Friendship, memories, and also remind us the tree, that's what it's all about. Maybe one day Anthony will go back and see how his tree is doing. Pretty cool. The kids just got a soccer. Now they are really super happy.
Not this one, big one.
Oh, you, what?
You think they'd let me?
Yeah, they'll let you.
Oh, okay, cool. Come on. Y'all ready?
Although we've come to the end of the road, still I
I don't know these people.
let go.
Anthony, give me your bag.
It's so natural. You belong.
And your backpack.
I belong to you, girl.
It was really an awesome day to really go visit the community. But also for me, it was a joy to come back home. To me, there was no better way to show Anthony what poverty looks like, what dad advocates for, but for him to be able to experience even what my life was as a little boy. Because the way they live is exactly how I grew up. And I wanted him to really see. So by him seeing that for me was emotional, but also really cool that my son got to really experience what life was for dad by really watching it, but also by making sure that we're changing lives. You know, I get to travel, they get to hear me speak all the time, but sometimes I'm sure they're like, huh? You know, but I think he was able to say, oh, I see, dad is passionate about the most vulnerable, and this is how he does it, and to see the fruits of what that looks like was really amazing. So emotionally, it was absolutely beautiful to watch, beautiful to see. And for me, again, I was in Uganda, so that was a little bit emotional, you know? Yes, I go to other countries and I love them, but this time it was really my people. So to see friends and families in the United States making a difference in my country, that was truly, truly, truly a joy. So I was grateful. So anyway, thank you for watching and thank you for learning what I do, how I work, how we make a difference, and how we improve communities. We do community development as World Vision. So leave a comment, maybe something you learned. Leave a comment, something you want to know. But also, do not forget subscribe. Remember, we always want us to learn from each other. Hopefully you learned from this trip something unique, something new, and something special. Leave a comment. Thank you for watching. See you, man. Yeah. Bro, love you so much. Yes, thank you. Take care. And I'm going to surprise Sarah on this weekend. Okay, good. Yeah, I'll let you know. Good. Yes. Yep. All right. Go. Let's go. They say what goes up comes down. Well, I love my country, but now it's time to go back home. I'm a single dad. I go back to my kids. So we're gonna go to, I think we're going to Brussels to Chicago, Chicago to Charlotte. So it's a long trip, but we're really excited to get back home. There are two things that stood up for me for this trip. Literally, the two favorite things that I got to do. One was bringing my son Anthony for the first time that he got to experience what dad's life was by seeing it through other kids' lives. That was number one. Number two, that he gets to meet my biological family and all my friends. The whole time we're in Uganda, there's one wish I had. I wish I could go to Anthony's brain and see what he's thinking. You know, his view of the world. That was my part that I really wanted to do. But look, I could tell on how that all shocked him. Things he never seen before. Sometimes I think American kids think they have it rough, but until they walk in someone else's shoes. And I think he felt like, wow, Dad, I had no idea how lucky I am. Like, I had no idea just what life was for me until now. You know, there wasn't enough water for him to take a shower that he wanted. He got to see kids that have absolutely nothing, yet still find joy and get to do something. I think that affected him in a different way, you know? We'll see. how life goes for him as we go back to what's normal for us, and by looking back and say, what is important in my life? And I can't wait to see that.
What just happened?
No, look, the coffee. This is what I like the most. See?
It's so cool.
Literally get it in through. Oh.
Home of business opportunities.
You ready to board? You ready to board? Well, there are so many things that we enjoyed, but there are so many things that we didn't film, that were really, really precious. I can tell you one story that was really, fun. When we went to the village, there's some kids who really saw Anthony's hair, and they're like the Muzungu, white person, we call them Muzungu, and they wanted to show him ways on what they do, So they wanted to educate him on how they go to the toilet, on how they squat, and how it's a pit latrine, something he'd never done before. So it was really neat to see him learn, like, oh wow, this is different. But for me too, the joy to see him go fetch water, and that really affected him to know that he went that far and came back, and realizing that kids have to do this every day. Wow, that truly was a joy to watch. The other part that I didn't really film that I wish I had, we drove in different cars because I wanted him to learn from the Ugandan drivers and the World Vision staff that were taking us around, to see and hear him explain what life is for him in the United States, to that his stories or his answering wasn't best because I was there, that from him with the Ugandans, that he was just having a good time and feeling that he can truly be himself, So to me, that was truly a joy to see and watch. I wish I filmed it, but boy, that was a moment that I loved so much. Oh, these are custom though. Let's go check the other part too. Yeah. The duty free. Oh, look at this good diver. After bringing Anthony to Uganda and see how he responded, it really put me in a place where I feel I need to bring my kids, all of them, from Zay to Bella, to bring them to Uganda to experience what he experienced. It's expensive to bring 6 kids to Uganda. Wow, 6 plus me? Ugh. Well, let's keep fingers crossed, but that's my dream. That is my future dream, to bring all my kids to spend time in the village. Here we're here for a short time, but I want them to stay in the village for a little while to truly learn and experience what Dad's life was like. And I know they're gonna learn so much, and I know they're gonna enjoy it. Fingers crossed.
Really hope I don't get stuck beside someone who doesn't want to move.
They said you're in the middle, so they said you have. No, they said the middle doesn't.
The window. The middle is fine, but there's a guy in that third seat. And then the row beside us is completely empty, and then the row in front of us is also completely empty.
Yeah. But you can't move until they close the doors. There's many of you who have made comments like, why do you help American kids? Why don't you help people of where you come from? I mean, that's what I do, So for me, as an employee of World Vision, my title is Senior Advocate for Children. That's because all I do is advocate for children. So to know that I get to use my story, that's just so many kids can benefit from, has truly been humbling in different ways, that I love my job. Absolutely. That I get to advocate for kids, not just in Uganda, all over the world, but also kids in the US. Something that it's like my dream job. I've always wanted to really be in a place where I can advocate for children. So doing it and then bringing people and experiencing my culture, but also bringing communities back from Chicago to Soroti in Uganda and meet and choose each other and go back. I mean, it is really cool. So when we go back to Uganda, so we're gonna print out all the pictures, because remember, we brought the picture of someone from the US. Now the kid, once the child chose the picture, we had to take a picture of the person they chose with the child, and we're gonna send them, or we're gonna bring them back to the United States, and the people are gonna know who chose them. To me, that is ministry. That is impacting two worlds, the child and their family in Uganda, but also the person in the United States, to know that with $39, they get to change the life of a child, the life of a family, but also the life of a community is changed forever. To me, that's what I love about my job. So you guys, I have traveled all over the world. Literally, I've been in more than 101 countries. Coming home has always been difficult. You're on the adrenaline of visiting a new country, new place, meeting new people. That, when you come back or you're coming back home to work, is normal. And that can take a toll. This is what I've learned. Jet lag takes 7 days to recover, meaning every day you get back the hour you miss. So coming back home and having to deal with that is not fun, but it's something that I love. That I get to see my kids. I truly miss my kids. Yes, I was home, but I miss my kids. I mean, hugging my kids and those smells of their detergent is what I miss. So seeing my kids was absolutely everything. I know, I was home, trust me, I was in Uganda, I loved it, but I miss my kids. So hugging them, hearing their voice, was truly a joy and fun. Absolutely. As parents, now I understand, I get that. Going away and coming back to your loved one is special. I've been single all my life. No one waited for me. No one knew who I was. But that has changed being a dad. So to be back and get those hugs, is all that I was looking forward to. The jet lag, that I gotta deal with it. So I haven't seen my kids for a little while. So coming back, I just wanna see them. I'm gonna take them for something special, to recap and talk stories and share pictures as well, of what we did, and that's why we create these videos. So my kids are able to look back and say, this is what you did. So they learn as much as we are all learning. But I'm really excited to take them for something special and just love on them. It's something that I love to do, but I miss them as well. I know they missed us as well, and remember, Uganda is 7 hours ahead, so keeping in touch. Every time I call, they're like, they're at school. I'm like, oh no. Or sometimes I call, it's like 4 in the morning. I was like, it took me a while. So coming back home is a joy to get to see my kids and tell them all about what it was like. And I'm sure Anthony has stories, I'm sure. So they got a lot to ask Anthony. Would he tell them? Nah, I don't know, but we're hoping that, and we're looking forward to that. I hope you enjoyed seeing what life was and our journey. It was something, it was special for I and Anthony, and for my family and the kids we got to meet, and the visitors that we brought alongside. It was absolutely a transformative journey that I'm really, really excited, and I can't wait to go back next time with my kids. So as I said, I am grateful. And you are followers, you are subscribers. We're glad you get to join with us and journey with us and get to see where I come from. Many of you have told you I come from Uganda, but you're sure like what it's like. I hope watching this video gave you a little glimpse of what my life was as a kid, but also you got to see where I come from, what we like, all the things about Uganda. And for you Ugandans, thank you for allowing us to be part of your family. Thank you for allowing us to come and visit. Thank you for the inspiration. We met some of you, you gave us hugs, and that was really special. And we cannot wait to come back. So if you learned something, leave a comment. If something you like to see next time we come back, also leave a comment. Also, leave a comment for something that you had no clue, but along this video you learned something. Leave a comment and let us know. And for those who don't subscribe, please subscribe so you never have to miss any of our episodes. Exciting. Well, joy to be back home, joy to see my kids, but also it was a joy to visit my family. I hope you visited with us as you watch this video.
Hi guys, my name is Anthony. This is my dad. You're supposed to say hey.
Oh.
And this is my dad.
Hey.
All right. It's Christ. My dad.
Hey. I'm saying what you're saying.
Just smile and wave.
Okay, don't say anything. All right.
This is my dad. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you can be notified whenever another one of our videos come out. And we love to see your comments, so make sure that you leave a comment down below of what we should do next and if we should bring back cooking with Anthony. And thank you so much for supporting us.